Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm sorry to interrupt the conversations. That's almost rude, isn't it? If you don't, I'm First Presbyterian here. I welcome you. I greet you. We've got our family from Covington First Methodist here. We've got a little of everything, but we'll all come together on the Lord's Day to continue our celebration of the story that brings us all together, the story of Jesus Christ and God's unending love that is offered through the world, through the life of Jesus. We come to hear music that we love so much, but we also have fallen in love with this family that we share. These two sisters that mean so much to our community, mean so much for this time of celebration of Christmas music. And I need you to make some noise and help me welcome Alice Walker and Becky Ramsey that we begin with.
Welcome to Pastor Mark's. It's good to see family and friends, and we thank you for sharing this time of your Christmas with us. For our program this afternoon, we would like to thank a number of people, and one is Margaret McDonald, who is in charge of our sound department here at the church, and she has practiced with us, and she has provided sound for us this afternoon. She will also be live streaming this program, and it will be on the church website as that should hopefully provide us some stress-free and enjoyable time this afternoon. They're familiar carols and songs of Christmas, and we hope that we have provided some time for us to prepare for Christmas as well as for the new year, when we can allow the Lord Jesus Christ to come anew into our hearts and lives in a celebration of the coming of Christ into the world. Our first carol is Joy to the World, and we find that it has to approach the cribside of Jesus Christ with joy and thanksgiving. Joy to the world. This is Bring a Torch, Jeanette Isabella. And this carol comes from the period of time when It was in medieval times, and the villagers are depicted in the text as running with excitement and quietness to approach the crib of the baby Jesus. And they're carrying. This particular setting was commissioned by friends of ours, Raymond and Beth Chenault, who were organist and choir director of All Saints Episcopal Church in Atlanta. They realized that the repertoire for 4 hands on 1 organ was rather limited, so they have commissioned a number of pieces that add to the performable repertoire. So this one features a little instrument called a cymbal stern. It's a sort of feeling for this carol. Thank you very much. Now, our next selection is Adeste Fidelis. Notice that is in Latin and was written by John Wade. This gives us the opportunity to come again to the humble stable in which Christ was born and to once again experience anew the coming of Jesus into our hearts. This is, "O Come All You Faithful."
Thank you. Thank you very much. Our next piece is It Came Upon the Midnight Clear. And this piece was written by a Unitarian minister, and he lived right before the start of the Civil War. So he had on his mind the tragedy of war, and so he included a melody by Richard Willis, and we like this setting very much. We hope that you'll get the mood of peace on earth. And now for a change of pace, we're going to play a secular tune. This is Slave Ride by Leroy Anderson, who of course was an American composer. And this piece is a lot of fun anyway. But the two arrangers, who are Mr. Hyde and Mr. Tedesco, I hope I get to meet one day, were very stated first, and then you'll notice they put it into a minor key and fiddle around with it a little bit more, and then you'll hear some other pieces in Sleigh Ride, which are Jingle Bells and Hark Hear the Bells, and part of it sounds like there's a villain coming, but then at the end you get right back to the original theme. So listen and see if you can catch some of the musical jokes. reminds us that Christmas is celebrated all over the world. This is a lullaby to the baby Jesus, but it has a calypso rhythm, and I think you'll really enjoy this. It's by Jester Hairston, and he wrote a lot of African-American settings, and this one, he wrote the melody and the words for. So we hope you'll enjoy this calypso lullaby. Our next piece, O Holy Night, has many associations with it. And one of the most memorable is during the Great War in Europe, the French and the Germans were entrenched. They had been hard at fighting, but there was a lull, and it was Christmas Eve. And suddenly a French soldier climbed out of his muddy foxhole, and he started singing, O Holy Night. Several of the other Frenchmen joined in, and when they finished that song, after a brief pause, the German soldiers' mother was not exactly what should be happening. So they focused on the birth of Christ, and it was a poignant moment. This is O Holy Night by Adolphe Adam.
theme of angels. Angels figured very greatly during the first Christmas. And it was an angel, Gabriel, who announced to Mary that she would give birth to the Messiah. An angel came to Joseph to explain to him what was happening. Angels announced to the shepherds that Christ had been born. And so we hope that you will enjoy this, and we hope to see all of you and greet you at the reception following this program. And thank you for your attention and your attendance.